Okie dokie. Man, got 6 likes, ain't even done nothing. What's going on, y'all? Glad to see you guys here. Figured I'd try to squeeze in a little carve before DeLan gets going there, so I'm not going to take us any later than 6:45 at the most. DeLan, you're 7, right? Let me know real quick, will you? But we got Cheech, we got Baby Kisses. Heck yeah, awesome. Okay, I haven't fired this up, so I'm going to make another Benny. I think I can make a Benny in an hour. I don't know. We're going to find out. But anyway, you 7, DeLan. Hey, Baby Kisses, what's going on? Let's see. He hadn't said yet. Okay. All right. Let me get a saw out. I had that Archer bar finally just collapsed all together, and it was cool though because I let Hawkfire know. You know, I was checking to see if he had a 12-inch Forester, and he didn't have it. But he was going to let me just have some other Archer bars to get me by until he got a Forester in. And I said, nah, man, I'll just put my other 10 on, and so we'll get by. But anyway, this saw, I'm thinking about start naming this saw the Empire Strikes Back because it don't want to run right, and then it wants to run right, and then it don't want to run right. I know, sounds great. Oh no. All right. Hey, Susan Q, Matthew, what's going on? Hey, Diva, what's going on? Heck yeah. All right, guys. MG, hey, hello. That lack of weight by having the earplugs in, I gotta tell you, it's too loud. The earplugs aren't good enough. Okay, where did I do with my? I was mowing earlier. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I was gonna say I might just put up with it, but oh well, here we go. Now I won't even be able to hear myself think. I'm not sure if this is gonna go good. Maybe it's better I don't hear myself think. I don't know. Man, I'll tell you what, if you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't know what it was, right? I'll move it up a little closer. He's just a goofy looking little bass named Benny. And I don't know the whole story on Benny. I haven't researched it. But he's a well-known just like a character in the Buckeye Lake region of Ohio. And so anyway, that's where that pirate festival is. I figured I ought to have a couple more, at least one more. I mean, can't do nothing about it now. I mean, I can fill it in with Bondo maybe, but I ain't that mad at it. I think that little wood filler, it'll be okay. Coming along all right. I can't complain. Not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in the middle. You can tell he's a goofy looking fish, though. I mean, and that's the goal. You can see his big eyeballs right here. I'm going to dig the rest of him out and, you know, keep trying to giving him some circle before I get up in here because the face is the hardest part. Getting a little dry there. Okay. Well, this guy looks mad, doesn't he? tell you what, it's nice to get them headphones off for a second, because man, do they make your ears, all that in the ears at the same time, made my ears incredibly hot. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, where's my pencil at? What you guys do with my pencil? Typical content creator. Things go wrong, you blame the audience. No. Here's my Benny picture. It's my hand drawing. He's looking pretty close. So it'd be kind of cool hanging piece. I don't know if he's going to come out as good as the big Benny did, but that said, we're going to find out. So, draw the eyes back on is what I'm after here, so that I can shape them. So that's going to be, this is still cheek and mouth and all that. So, draw that eye. And it's supposed to come around with this eye, which y'all can't see this, I guess. That's the way it is in the big city sometimes. You just can't tell what's going on. And a lot of times you're better off. There's Benny's eye, one eye. And honestly, I kind of like to pull that down so you can see that other eye. But there's like a little weird snout thing right there. And I don't know. Let me cut that in there. I'm gonna have to cut and recut. I'm gonna wait on that detail because I'm gonna put that lines and stuff in it with a burr. A burr. You know, the bits and the burrs and the cigarette trees and the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Okay. Here we go. Further I'm gonna go with this guy. From here on, it's really, it needs to be burr work. Really. That's what I'm thinking. How long did it take me to carve that out? It couldn't take very long. Let's see. Note 22 minutes. I think I could take a little bit out of this tail. I kind of want to clean that up a little bit. And then I'm gonna sand him. Pirate festival. I really don't care about that pirate stuff all that much, you know. I mean, whatever, but you gotta have fish, you know. People will buy fish and stuff like that. So let's see what we got. Hey, Gen 1, EW, what's going on? Glad to see you guys. Heck yeah, Matthew, Jen must have had to leave. Creation Dust 777. Yeah, be sure and hit the like. He's got that right. Yeah. I'll tell you guys what I come to figure. And I've told Creation Dust this before, but I'll tell all of you. In your brain, you think, oh man, I've been having pretty good views lately. And so I'll just do more, right? Work harder should result in more views. It does not work that way. And I don't know why. I cannot get my brain to accept that. It does not do you any good at all to be a hard-working YouTuber when it comes to producing videos. The more harder you work, the less they show you. And that's the truth about it. So I have long form, shorts, live streams, and all this crap going on at the same time, one a day or whatever. If you do that, they do not give you the same views they'll give you if you stick to the schedule and do like maybe 3 or 4. And that's the truth. But that said, I got to be out here working anyway. So I'm like, I might as well live. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny animal. They don't reward hard work. I don't know what they reward, but it's not hard work. I can tell you that. The harder you work, the less they'll show you. And that's just hands down, that's the truth. I can go back a few weeks and show you where it was a lot higher. Go a few weeks forward and show you in the middle where it was less, but I was working harder. And then go back a few weeks later where I wasn't working as hard, and there was a lot more. It's just weird. Whatever. But it's the way it is. But for some reason, I can't get my brain to accept that. Anytime I do, like, you have like some real good runs, high views and stuff, oh man, just keep putting out more content, and it doesn't work like that. It actually hurts. So, did you guys notice where I got the wrong PPE on for this project? I'm sitting here breathing the dust, wondering why this wood smells good, man. I'm like, man, that smells really good. And I'm like, I shouldn't be smelling that good, that much. I'm breathing in dust because I'm done. man. He's looking like a little dapper chap. Okay. I'm gonna draw some more lines on him. Okay. His car's running over here. That might mean I'm gonna get run over here in a second. You just never know with these people. Okay, so there's a line. That's kind of like a V line. And then a couple straight lines right there. Just make sure nobody kills me. No, it's Hilljack Zach, and he's not a bad driver. Ooh, man, that's a uh-oh. No, I take that back. Here comes the boss lady. Okay, get me out of the box. She's not that good. No, I think she'll be okay. Other than, I don't know if I told y'all. I thought that chicken got eaten by something. It didn't. It's still here. And she about run over, which that's kind of funny. What the heck she doing? I don't know. I don't think she'll kill me. Let's just keep going. Lines there. This is just how Benny is. I didn't come up with him. So if you think it looks silly, don't blame me. And I'm not saying I disagree with you, but this is what somebody come up with. Now, he's kind of cool character fish. You know, lake life. You know, people chilling out. What do you know? Okay. Okay. All right, I'm here by myself, so if I get hurt, it's your guys' fault, right? Okay, keep that in mind. So, it comes up the chin. There's just a little chin line there, but I think it's already kind of there. And then I need to clean this mouth out big time with the burr. And there's a straight line in the middle. But I just don't think I can get, maybe I could get in there a little bit more with the saw. And I'll try. And then I know this here, but this here is a couple lines like that. And a couple lines like that. And that's it. And that's really it. Well, he's got a kind of an underlip, but it's already kind of there too. And then other than that, just putting his eyes, getting his eyes in there. He looks all right. Already, he looks all right. I'm happy with him. Not too bad, not too good. And I think I can get him done in under an hour, which that's what I'm after. Uh-oh. Get my mask on. I'm going to try to dig that mouth out just a little bit more. I'm still trying to get used to this R2V mask. And which side of it is the snaps, or, you know, which is the belt So I'm gonna do burn, to burn, and a burn, and a durka. Okay, something like that. Yeah, you seen that movie? Me too. I wish I hadn't. I can't get it out of my head. Just every now and then I wake up in the morning and I hear that Team America World Police song, and I'm like, oh, please let that go away. So it's kind of funny, I think, that Benny, the only Benny pictures I've seen, he always has earmuffs on. And it's got to do with the Buckeye Lake Winterfest. And, which was a live carving event for us back in January. And that was a real good time. We live streamed some of it. if I can't get this done by 6:45, then I'll come back to it another time. I knew him was getting awful low. All right, let me get a pointy burr on this other one. And give him some lines and then burn this dude. Actually, there's a little bit of finger sanding that can be done too, but I don't know. The biggest thing is I wanted to get him done by 6:45. What do we got? 6:28. We're getting pretty close, ain't we? Heck yeah. Hey, Woodchucker, what's going on? Hey, John. Hadn't seen y'all yet. Glad to see you. Keep on rocking so we can get the DeLans. Okay. All right, a little bit of finger sanding. Clean that mouth up pretty good too, be nice. I think so. I hurried up and mowed today because there was rain coming, and then it really just didn't amount to that much rain. It looked awful. what we got? 6:36. Okay. I'm going to go ahead. I got to carve my Benny in there. I forgot to do that, and then I'm going to burn this dude. I might have to sand the Benny, though. Let's see. Pointy burn. Okay, here we go. Cutter Benny in it. I don't know if you'll be able to read it, but it'll be there. How about that? Oh, it's kind of there. I'm going to sand that a little bit just to see if it helps clean it up. I don't know what it'll look like when I burn it. And in hindsight, it might have done it better just to take a marker and put it on that clear coat. Oh, no, it's not bad. You can kind of tell what it says, I think. So I don't need that. Last thing I need is fire. Put some fire to it. Torch, striker. Where's this striker at? I was playing with it, so it better be around here somewhere. Oh, okay, let's see. Glasses again. But what did we get down to? 6:38? Yeah, so we're getting this knocked out in a pretty short period of time. I appreciate y'all being here. I know everybody's excited to see DeLan, DeLan has on this week, and Professor Rusty. I don't understand why anybody wants to see him, but no, he's not bad. I like making fun of him and picking on him though. And he'll say, whatever, come on. You know what I mean? That's what he. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun to mess with him. Okay. Maybe that's because I'm a jerk, you know, man. And I don't know, maybe a little bit of a cyberbully. Maybe you have to tell me. I don't know. Am I out of line? I know enough to know that I could be out of line. Hey, is that the wrong way? Well, here's gas coming out. How about that? Maybe it's not enough gas. No, that's enough gas. I can smell it. Well, striker. That's on. That's on. You can kind of see what that says, Benny. It's awful small for me. There's just a spot down there under the chin that I'm gonna have to sand it. Sand. Knock it out of there real quick. Can be done with it, and then we'll be back on Sunday morning, bright and early. Should be the soonest. seeing a little bit of that scruff in there. When it burns like that, it's kind of scruffy. And it helps you see the lines. What do we got? I got 3 minutes. Okay, I got 4 minutes. I can do it. But I'm going to stick to it. I said an hour. It's going to be an hour. That way everybody can get ready, grab something to drink, be ready to sit, and see DeLan and Professor Rusty and whoever they have on there for, an hour and a half or whatever length of time they decide to go. I think I'm happy with him. I mean, let him dry a couple days. You can paint him. So, zip that dude off there real quick. And be happy. I've been rough on chains these last 2 lives. Yesterday I had to shorten 2 chains. Now I'm about to shorten that other chain again where I hit a screw that's part of this piece that I clamp. Anyway, that's another little Benny the Bass. And it's kind of wasted on you if you didn't know who he is, but you can get the idea. By the time he's painted, he's kind of like he's showing his teeth, and he's got big cartoon eyes, kind of goofy looking thing. Hey, Roger, what's going on? Glad to see you in there. And that's what we got. So let me set Benny down here. Off to the side. And kind of fun to make. It don't take that long to make it, other than coloring it and stuff. I have to do all that. Thank you, Roger. It's a cartoon fish named Benny the Bass. Oh, wrong button. Okay, there we go. But that's what we got. Appreciate it, Susie Q. Plywood, awesome, my man. Glad to see you, Matthew. Creation Dust 777, best chainsaw carver in the world. You gotta like that. Anyhow, that's what we got for today. It is 6:43. I'll catch y'all in about 15 minutes. Come back when you can stay.